In the vast, silent theater of space, we are the audience, gazing up at a cosmic ballet of stars and galaxies. But what if, just what if, we aren't just the audience? What if something out there is watching us back? Tonight, we journey to the edge of our solar system and the brink of a startling possibility. We're talking about an object designated 3IATLAS. Could this interstellar visitor be more than just a rock? Could it be a piece of extraterrestrial technology, an alien probe sent to observe our corner of the universe? Remember Oumuamua back in 2017? This bizarre, cigar-shaped object tumbled through our solar system, baffling scientists. It didn't behave like a typical comet or asteroid. It accelerated away from the sun with no visible tail of gas, a push that some, like Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb, suggested could be the gentle pressure of sunlight on an artificial light sail. It was a fleeting, mysterious guest that left us with more questions than answers. Oumuamua sparked a firestorm of debate. Was it a natural phenomenon we just don't understand yet? Or was it our first glimpse of technology from another civilization? Now, fast forward, the cosmos has sent us another messenger from the stars. 3IATLAS, discovered by the asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, or ATLAS. This object was initially classified as a comet. It was on a trajectory that originated from far beyond our sun's influence, making it only the third interstellar object ever detected. At first, it seemed like a standard-issue comet. It even developed a faint coma and tail as it approached the sun, a classic sign of ice vaporizing in the solar heat. Case closed, right? Another natural visitor. Nothing to see here. But the universe rarely gives us such simple answers. The story of 3IATLAS took a dramatic and unexpected turn. As astronomers watched, the object began to do something strange. It didn't just brighten, it began to break apart. In April 2020, observations from the Hubble Space Telescope confirmed that the nucleus of 3IATLAS had fragmented into multiple smaller pieces. Now, comets do break up. It's a known phenomenon, often caused by the intense gravitational pull and heat from the sun. So, on the surface, this fragmentation seems to perfectly explain away any alien theories. It was just a fragile snowball from deep space that couldn't handle the heat. This is where the plot thickens, and we must put on our speculative hats. While the breakup of 3IATLAS points towards a natural, cometary origin, let's explore the what-ifs. Proponents of the alien probe theory, inspired by the Oumuamua enigma, ask us to consider a different perspective. What if the fragmentation wasn't a sign of natural decay? What if it was intentional? Imagine a sophisticated probe designed for a long journey through interstellar space. Upon reaching its destination, our solar system might not just fly through, it could be programmed to deploy smaller, subsidiary probes to study different parts of the system simultaneously. Think of it like a mothership releasing a fleet of drones. The main craft breaks apart, scattering smaller sensors to gather a wider range of data. One could head towards Earth, another towards Mars, and another to study the gas giants. From a strategic reconnaissance standpoint, this makes perfect sense. Why send one massive probe on a single trajectory when you can deploy a network of smaller observers? This dandelion seed model, where a probe disperses tiny, difficult-to-ITI sensors, is a concept seriously discussed in the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. or SETI? Could the fragmentation of 3IATLAS have been a controlled deployment event, cleverly disguised as a natural cometary breakup? Skeptics, and indeed the majority of the scientific community, would be quick to point out the lack of direct evidence for this. The pieces of 3IATLAS behaved just like cometary fragments, continuing to sublimate and fade. We didn't detect any course corrections, no radio signals, no signs of propulsion. According to Occam's razor, the principle that the simplest explanation is usually the best one, the cometary explanation, fits all the available data without needing to invoke alien engineers. It was a chunk of ice and rock. It got too close to the sun, and it fell apart. It's the most logical conclusion. But let's push back on that, just for a moment. If a civilization were advanced enough to send a probe across the gulf of interstellar space, wouldn't they also be advanced enough to camouflage it perfectly? They would know what natural objects look like. They could design a probe to mimic the behavior of a comet, right down to its chemical composition and its method of fragmentation. The perfect disguise is not to look like a spaceship, but to look like something utterly mundane and expected. The breakup could be the final act of this cosmic camouflage, a way to shed its disguise and deploy its payload without raising any alarms. Consider the timing. Oumuamua and 3IATLAS arrived within a few years of each other. For millennia, we had no confirmed interstellar visitors. Suddenly, our new and improved survey telescopes find two in quick succession. Is this just because our technology got better and we're finally able to spot these objects that were always passing by? Or is it a statistical anomaly that hints at something more? Perhaps the arrival of Oumuamua was a pathfinder, a scout. Maybe it assessed our solar system, our technological level, and sent a signal back. The system is interesting. Send in the main survey mission. That main mission could have been 3IATLAS, designed not just to fly by, but to stay and observe by deploying its smaller parts. This theory, while fascinating, exists purely in the realm of speculation. Science requires evidence, and as of now, all the hard data points to 3IATLAS being a natural object. The fragments didn't transmit data or maneuver. Their trajectory was predictable, governed by gravity and solar radiation. However, the absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. We couldn't get a close look at the fragments. They were small, faint, and moving incredibly fast. What if the signals were on a frequency we weren't listening to? What if the maneuvering was too subtle for our current instruments to detect from such a great distance? The legacy of Oumuamua and 3IATLAS is that they have forced us to broaden our minds. They have challenged our definitions of comet and asteroid, and pushed us to consider that the universe might be filled with objects that do unfit neatly into our established categories. Avi Loeb argues that we should treat these anomalies as potential technological signatures, creating a new branch of space archaeology to search for relics of other civilizations. By dismissing every anomaly as just a rock, we might be missing the most profound discovery in human history. So, what is the verdict on 3IATLAS? The scientific consensus is clear. It was a comet that met a fiery, fragmented end. But the conspiracy-minded, the dreamers, the sci-fi fans among us can't help but wonder. Was it a celestial Trojan horse entering our system under a natural disguise only to release its hidden occupants? A silent, patient observer breaking apart to begin its true mission of watching us. We may never know for sure. The pieces have long since faded, continuing their journey back into the interstellar dark. But they leave us with a thrilling and humbling thought as we continue to scan the skies. We must remain open to the possibility that the next messenger from the stars might not be a rock. It might be a message. It might be a vehicle. It might be the proof we've been waiting for that we are not alone. The universe is a big place, and it's just getting interesting. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive into the cosmos. What do you think? Was 3IATLAS just a comet, or could it have been something more? Let me know your theories down in the comments. And if you enjoy exploring these mind-bending questions, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into the unknown. See you next time.